some woodworking to do today, so we're gonna go in the shop and then close the door back down and turn the heater on. Come on, Cody. Come on. Where's this door? Turn this heater on. Gimbal is really acting weird today. I don't know if it doesn't like the cold or what. Troy hates it when I do film portrait like this. He said you don't get to see things good, but use what you got, right? Alright, we got a little woodworking to do today. Right now, I got the heater going. So, over there. So we'll let it warm up a little bit before we do anything. I needed some more glue. Didn't want to go to town, so I went and got some from my dad's shop. Hopefully this will be enough. One thing we need to do today that's very important is maintenance on your tools. So I have this DeWalt, not sponsored of course. So I have this random sander, and this, how it works for those who don't know, old piece. This part is called a hook and loop, and it's basically like Velcro. They stick on there, and then you sand, right? Well, after a while, these hooks on here get worn out, and so it doesn't really stick very good anymore, and so when you're trying to sand, this discs just fly off. And so if your equipment is not up to snuff, then you know you're hurting it, you're putting too much on it. So it just has some screw holes here. Just take the little screws out. Or what? It doesn't want to come out. Last thing I want to do is strip it out. So luckily it had a slot on it, so I can use a slotted screwdriver to get it out as well. Might need to see about getting some new screws for this. I certainly don't want to get in a bind where I can't get that screw out. So, yeah, it just kind of looks like it's been wallered out. So might need to look into some new screws. Anyway. Continue on. So it just pops off, and you can see the inner workings of it. It just has, it's called an orbital sander, and so that's what this does, is moves it all around. So everything looks good in here. That belt could probably stand to be replaced, but I'll put it maybe on order for next time. But really this, I don't know if you'll be able to see the difference between the two on the camera. Try. These are sticking up really high and they're really good. And this one, it just has like some flat spots, like you can't even really feel, just in a few places can you feel stuff sticking up. So that's what that is. And then we just line up the holes. It's so quiet out today. I'm not sure. All I hear are some crows, and I don't know if they've scared off all the birds or what. So I'm going to hand tighten these down, since it's having some issues, and I'm going to go ahead and look that up and get some replacement screws on order. And what I do is I try to keep one of these on hand, because usually, you know how it happens with pretty much anything, when you need it, right? So I was making a box the other day and I was trying to sand, and sand disc kept flying off, and I didn't have one on hand, so I didn't do a super great job of sanding that one. Okay, I think we're good. Even though this is an old used piece of sandpaper, I mean, you can't even pull it off. So, and that's the other thing too. My husband gets on to me all the time, but don't try to make these last too long, because they lose their grip back here too. But I can use these. The ones that don't stick anymore, or that old and worn out, I take them and use them in my studio for little easy jobs, because I can use these easy for hand sanding. Like you can see, maybe you can see this right here's sticking up. Well, I've come to realize now that when it's super cold outside, I can't use my gimbal, because it just, I don't know, it acts crazy. It starts flipping over and it won't stay focused. So it just doesn't like the cold weather. So as I was putting these video clips together, I didn't have an ending for it. So I just finished up a box for my son-in-law, and then also showed a little bit of maintenance, which I think is really important to know, that you can do your own maintenance on things, so you don't have to, you know, just throw things away or end up buying something new when you can fix. But not just fix, maintain. You always want to make sure that things are in good working order so that they last longer. And so I was glad I could share that. And so hopefully the next series of videos will be a complete series. appreciate y'all watching. And if you're not subscribed, hey, hit that subscribe button. Love to see ya. Thanks.